Hey YouTube family, this is Francie with Francie's Joy, and I was doing a little errand for my daughters, so I thought I would start making this video. You see, this shirt kind of looks similar to the shirt I had on yesterday. They're not the same, but it's kind of my summer attire. It's just a t-shirt. I have 3 of them, and because I don't work, yeah, this is what I wear. Typically when I wear a shirt, I wear a tank top underneath, so I don't show cleavage and all of that stuff. But with t-shirts, I can just wear the t-shirt, and so I like that. It's just more comfortable. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to share a little bit about myself and talk about grief. Grief and depression, for somebody who is prone to depression like myself, do not mix well together, or it makes it worse, makes one worse or the other worse, or both worse, I don't know. But in January of this year, my sister died unexpectedly. So I want to explain my siblings to you, so you can kind of get an understanding of where I am with all of that. But I was adopted, and there were 4 of us that were adopted. So I'm going to give you the story, and hopefully you'll understand what everything means. So there were 4 of us. I was the youngest of the 4. So I had the oldest was a sister, and then my brother, and then the next was a sister, and then me. We were all adopted by my aunt and uncle. So what that means is my adopted mom's brother was my natural father. And so I'm sure there was a lot of I know there was a lot of regret, and I know my natural mother just cannot forgive herself for what she did, because she still brings it up 59 years later, or at least for me. Let's see, I was 2 or 3, so less than 59 years. She will bring it up, and she didn't even come to my sister's funeral, which really upset me, because I know my sister would have wanted her there. So I do know who my biological mom is. I did know my biological dad. I used to write my biological mom a lot, and she would write me back. Now with cell phones and stuff, I do text her occasionally. Sometimes she texts me back. I'll send her gifts here and there, usually through Amazon. And I guess she just feels kind of awkward, because sometimes she won't even let me know she received it. I've sent her puzzles, and I was hoping like she would send me pictures when she gets them completed, because she likes doing puzzles, but she doesn't. So anyway, my adopted mom died in 2023, December of 2023, and that was expected, because she had Alzheimer's. So she almost was dead to me before she died, right? Because the Alzheimer's takes them away. If you've ever had a family member with Alzheimer's, you know what I'm talking about. And so that was hard, and I grieve my mother here and there, when you think about certain things and certain holidays and have certain memories. But the death of my sister, this was the sister closest to me of the 4, and she was the one I was closest to overall. The older 2 ended up leaving home and going back to our biological parents when they were teenagers. Well, my oldest sister ended up getting married young, and my brother left home when I was, I don't know, I think in middle school. And of those 4 siblings, I am the only one that is alive. So my oldest sister is dead. My brother hung himself. So when I say depression that I have, it is a genetic thing. We have had more than one person in our family kill themselves. So it is real, and we need to take it seriously. And then now my other sister is gone. Now, within the adopted family, my adopted parents had a child of their own. They had one natural child, and that is my younger sister. I think there's 6 years between us. And then while I was married, they adopted another one. So I didn't grow up with her. I would see her when I would go visit on holidays and stuff like that. And she's married with 3 little girls of her own. So yeah, I guess I just don't know her as obviously as well. The younger sister above her, I don't know that we had much relationship growing up because she was so much younger than I was. And so I was closest to the sister that died in January. And it has been hard. I just can't believe she's gone. She was 62. And she went in to the emergency room because she had had a cough for a long time. It wasn't COVID, but she had had a cough for a long time. And she died. So evidently there was some internal bleeding, I guess, from all of her coughing. And they did surgery to try and correct that. And I guess she came out of the surgery. It's really hard because, one, none of the family was with her. My dad and other sisters did not even know she was in the hospital because my sister's son didn't tell anyone. And my sister didn't tell anyone why she was alert when she initially went to the emergency room. So she didn't notify anyone. And then she probably got to the point where she didn't have her phone, or maybe she wasn't even aware. We don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of unanswered questions. She got transferred to another hospital, which my nephew was not made aware of until I think she passed when they called him. And I think they just kind of pretended she was still alive and he needed to get out there. And that's when the rest of my family found out, is after she basically had passed. So there's that, knowing that she died alone, that my family is struggling with. I live in Florida, so I couldn't have been with her no matter what. But I know a lot of people die alone, people in car accidents and who have heart attacks. There's a lot of people that die alone. And so I guess you feel bad when you're the one left. Anyway, this death has been really hard. And sometimes when you talk to people, or like maybe I can't get out and do anything, 1, because of depression, 2, because of grief. And people are like, you just need to get out and do things and get away. And I'm like, and I'll try to explain, I'm still dealing with the death of my sister. And, well, that was way back in January. Like, it's no big deal. Or like you should just get over it. I just don't get people. Or, you have people, well, she was a Christian, so she's better off, and this and that. I know all of that is true. But she was only 62. I just didn't expect her to go this early. And so, of course, that makes me very fearful that I'm next. But anyway, I wanted to share some things about myself and the fact for this year in 2025 has been a grieving year for me. And I think it will continue to be one. Her birthday is July 6th. So, you think about that. My birthday's in July too. And grieving is tough because you don't know when it will hit you. I mean, sometimes you'll be driving or I'll be driving, or you know, and that's when you think a lot. You have a lot of thoughts when you're driving, and I'll just start crying, and I know you're just supposed to let it out and stuff like that. But I don't know how long you grieve. I don't know what the timeline is. I've thought about going to a grief share program at one of the local churches here. The church I go to doesn't have the program. I gotta stop the video.
Okay, I'm gonna try and finish the video. I don't want to make it too long, but my daughter wasn't feeling good this morning, and we are down to one car, and so I hadn't even gotten out of the car. I had taken her some breakfast hoping it might make her feel better, but anyway, she had texted me and asked me to come pick her up. So I just stopped recording and picked her up. But anyway, so this video was just giving you a little glimpse of some history about myself and what I've been dealing with this year. I can't believe it's already June, almost July. So I feel like my sister died. I feel that just happened, and that was back in January. And it's the hardest death I have had to deal with. I will say that. I've had to deal with a lot of things, but this is the hardest death. Because she was the sister I was closest to. So I do have two other younger siblings. I have some half-sisters, but you know, I don't know them. You know of them, and I've met them here and there, but it's not the same. I don't have that sister to text, and I used to always ask her for recipes because she was the baker and cooker in the family, so I won't be able to ask her that. So anyway, so this year has been hard. You know, I go in and out of depression all the time, and any time you deal with something like a death, of course the depression is going to be worse. So I do choose not to medicate. I have tried many things, and I don't like the side effects. I take enough medication and drugs and toxins for my blood pressure and for my AFib that I have, so I don't need anything else. So anyway, that's one thing I've been dealing with for this year, but I'm hoping to get myself back out in nature, even if I just go and spend a day somewhere, not necessarily camping, because at this point I don't even have the tent. So I may just go and spend a few hours somewhere in the morning that's close, because I'm in Florida and it's summer and it's hot. So anyway, hopefully this video wasn't too long, but just give you a little bit of what I've been going through this year, and hopefully we'll get some adventures going. And I guess, you know, you always think you want to have positive, uplifting videos, but I guess I'm just more down to earth, and this is my life. It does bring me joy to get out in nature and to serve others, and you know, when you do for others, that brings happiness to yourself, so that's always a good goal. But sometimes when you're so down yourself, it's hard to serve others. And then I've had friends tell me, well, you just need to start doing things for others. When you don't even have the strength to get out of a chair to fix something to eat, or you can't even do for yourself. When you can't even do for yourself, how can you do for others? So sometimes in our life we're not strong enough, and I think God knows that, and He understands that, and there will be times that we are strong enough. So if you're feeling strong today, bring joy to others. And if you're not feeling strong today, just hang in there, because you will get stronger. You'll make it through. Even if you sit in the same chair all day long and just watch whatever you watch, the Waltons, Little House, whatever it is, Star Trek, it's okay. It's okay to sit and do nothing. So anyway, I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.